You know you're a bike commuter when you're the only weirdo in the office who's excited about Monday morning because it's just another great day for a ride. And then, with the same smile with which you arrive at the office, you walk into your first meeting with your pant leg still tucked into your sock. I asked a bunch of bike commuters the question, how do you know you're a bike commuter? And they came up with a bunch of great answers. And I'm going to share the best ones with you now as I take you with me on my commute.
They're the fashion divas who say all your trousers' right leg is torn or covered in permanent oil stains. You know you're a bike commuter when you have been reminded by somebody on more than one occasion that your right pant leg is still tugged into your sock. You know you're a bike commuter when you cut the tops of your long socks off to make comfy cycling clips for your trousers. You know you're a bike commuter when your definition of business casual always includes removable layers. You know you're a bike commuter when you have perfected the professional cyclist transformation in under 2 minutes. You know you're a bike commuter when your clothes organization system is based on will show chain grease or will not show chain grease. You know you're a bike commuter when you've mastered the art of the helmet hair recovery in workplace bathrooms. You know you're a bike commuter when you plan your haircuts based on how they will look under a helmet. You know you're a bike commuter when you've shown up to weekend social events still wearing your reflective ankle strap from Friday's commute. Then there are the gear junkies who say you know you're a bike commuter when your helmet and lights are more expensive than your phone. You know you're a bike commuter when you have at least 3 different bike locks and you still find yourself stressing out about securing your bike. You know you're a bike commuter when your spare bike tools are actually organized in a fanny pack for easy access. You know you're a bike commuter when you keep finding bike lights in every coat pocket except the one you're wearing when you actually need them. Yes, I can definitely relate to that one. You know you're a bike commuter when you have a special emergency fund just for impulse purchases at bike shops. Then there are the weather people who say you know you're a bike commuter when your weather app is more important than your social media. That's definitely true, especially in rainy season. You know you're a bike commuter when your morning small talk is always about wind direction. You know you're a bike commuter when you actually find joy in avoiding puddles and feel like you have conquered the weather. You know you're a bike commuter when you have specific outfits for different weather conditions, accurate to within 5 degrees. You know you're a bike commuter when you left your lunch on the kitchen counter for the 3rd time this week because you were too focused on checking the weather forecast. Then there are the navigators who say you know you're a bike commuter when your phone's map history is just different variations of the same route. You know you're a bike commuter when you know exactly which traffic lights don't detect bikes and need a pedestrian button. You know you're a bike commuter when you have a favorite bridge and a least favorite hill. You know you're a bike commuter when your idea of a shortcut involves 3 alleyways and a park path. You know you're a bike commuter when you have named at least 3 potholes on your regular route. You know you're a bike commuter when you notice a pile of broken glass that wasn't there yesterday or a pothole that has been fixed since yesterday. Yes, definitely. You know you're a bike commuter when you don't optimize for the fastest route from work to home. You know you're a bike commuter when someone asks for directions and your default answer is the bike route. Then there are the urbanists who say, you know you're a bike commuter when you get mad when there's a bike lane but it suddenly disappears into nowhere. You know you're a bike commuter when you treat a bike lane closed sign like a personal challenge. You know you're a bike commuter when you look at any curb and instinctively calculate whether it's bikeable. You know you're a bike commuter when you have an opinion about every rack design in the city. You know you're a bike commuter when you judge apartments by their bike storage options more than by the kitchen size. You know you're a bike commuter when you've developed strong opinions about different types of bike lanes. You know you're a bike commuter when you can tell the time of day by which delivery trucks are blocking the bike lane. Then there are the social butterflies who say, you know you're a bike commuter when you've developed an entire silent communication system with that other cyclist you see every single morning at the same intersection, but have never actually spoken to them. You know you're a bike commuter when you feel slightly betrayed when that one cyclist who always rides at your exact same pace and timing takes a different route or a day off. You know you're a bike commuter when you've mastered the art of the professional nod, not too eager like a weekend warrior, not too cool like a fixer rider, and just the perfect acknowledgement of a fellow commuter. You know you're a bike commuter when you've developed different wave signals for thank you for letting me pass and sorry I almost hit you. You know you're a bike commuter when you've given nicknames to the regular pedestrians you pass at the same spot every morning. Then there are the office workers who say, you know you're a bike commuter when your coworkers don't seem to want to sit too close to you in July. You know you're a bike commuter when you can take a shower with paper towels in less than 3 minutes. You know you're a bike commuter when you've walked into important meetings still wearing your cycling gloves because you were too late and forgot to take them off. You know you're a bike commuter when you have created an emergency workplace stash of everything you have ever forgotten, complete with socks, underwear, deodorant, and dress shirts. That's so true. You know you're a bike commuter when you get halfway to work before realizing that you left your office key card at home and now you have to decide whether it's worse to be late or to sit in wet clothes all day. You know you're a bike commuter when you discover you forgot your bike lock only after finding the perfect park spot, leading to an hour of trying to convince security to let you bring your bike inside. That's actually happened to me on a few occasions. You know you're a bike commuter when considering jobs, questions like, how would the commute be? And is there a secure place to put my bike? Is there a good place to change? Are among the first ones that you ask yourself, and maybe even your employer. You know you're a bike commuter when you only realize you forgot your work shoes when you're already clipping into your pedals, but then decide that cycling shoes are professional enough for today. Then there are the performance artists who say, you know you're a bike commuter when you have two separate Strava accounts, one for real rides and one for commuting, because you don't want your weekend cycling friends to see how slow you were going when carrying a laptop and lunch. You know you're a bike commuter when you created elaborate detours just to draw something funny on Strava, even though it means arriving at work 10 minutes late. You know you're a bike commuter when you feel personally attacked when Strava doesn't register that traffic light stop and ruins your segment time, even though you were just commuting. And then there is a mixture of different types. You know you're a bike commuter when you're convinced that a flat tire is just a minor inconvenience and not the end of the world. Yes, that is for sure. You know you're a bike commuter when you've mastered the art of carrying groceries while maintaining perfect balance. You know you're a bike commuter when you've developed a sixth sense for car doors about to open. You know you're a bike commuter when you can identify different car models by the sound of their engines approaching from behind. You know you're a bike commuter when your significant other knows not to plan anything important right after your commute in spring because there might be a perfect evening for riding. You know you're a bike commuter when you secretly wish that all your friends would ditch their cars and join the biking revolution. You know you're a bike commuter when you consider selling your car or you have already sold it. You know you're a bike commuter when people are griping about their commute and you find some way to smugly work in that your commute is way better than theirs. You know you're a bike commuter when you've gotten a tow warning stuck to your car because it's been street parked in one spot for too long. And here's the funniest one. You know you're a bike commuter when you commute by bike.
I am wondering which of these sentences resonated with you the most and how would you finish the sentence? You know you're a bike commuter